Hey, welcome to Fernando's Comedy Hour here from an undisclosed location in Long Beach, California. Welcome. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Tacos and Workout, JR. And we're going to do a little podcast today. We got a little bit something to talk about. We're the George Lopez thing going on. I don't know. You wanted to talk about it, right? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. It's a little
Tacos and Workout. So tacos.
Yeah, well, my name is JR, Tacos and Workouts. Thank you for inviting me to the Fernando's Comedy Hour, by the way.
Anytime, bro. You know, my house is your house.
Thank you.
Literally.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the George Lopez thing. Have you heard about what's going on? He's getting a lot of backlash for not supporting Ralph Barbosa.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't know who Ralph Barbosa was before George Lopez. The whole I don't know if it's done on purpose to create you know what they say, when you create drama, people like drama, so they rather listen to chismes. People are about chismes, bro. If there's no chismes, people don't want to listen. But I don't know who Ralph Barbosa was. I mean, I seen him before. He looked like an Edgar. You know, he's got that haircut. Honestly, I think he needs to cut his hair. But
yeah, en serio.
Yeah, on the serio note. On the serio, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
He looks like Dumb and Dumber, dude. I mean, I'm sure he's a funny guy, dude. Don't get me wrong. I just, I'm not with the haircut, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. You know what? I know Ralph Barbosa. I looked at him. He's a funny cat. Like, I seen him on Instagram. And I have to admit, I'm like, hey, that guy's fucking funny. But he needs to change his appearance. His haircut doesn't.
Yeah, did you see him on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
No, not Jimmy
Fallon?
Kimmel. With Fallon. Yeah, I was like, he looked like out of place. He looked like he was at a quinceañera with that suit, bro.
That's the suit. I'm like,
he looked like he rented the suit for the quinceañera.
It's like he finally got his first communion, and then yeah. I'm like, come on, vato.
Come on, and with that hair, dude, bro. Come on, how old is he? 23.
He's a young cat. Yeah, he's starting off, and he's probably been doing comedy for a while. But he's
he's probably gonna talk shit about us. Like, hey, we're fat. Yeah, well, that's cool. It's all fair play. You know what I mean? Hey, if we're gonna talk shit and people talk shit about us, it's we gotta take it.
Well, yeah, that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. If you're gonna talk shit, you better ready. Don't be put up. It's like, if you can't take the heat, don't stay out the kitchen. But with that being said, come on, Barbosa looks like a 15-year-old kid. One of them little Edgars.
Yeah, his suit made him look completely out of place. He doesn't wear that suit when he does his comedy.
The first communion shit was funny.
I was like, hey, what the hell?
Who got him that suit? Dude, I felt like you're a dick for letting him come on that show with that suit, dude. Don't you guys check? It looked like he borrowed that suit, dude. Come on, white. Come on, bro. That shit looked terrible, dude. That shit looked terrible. He looked out of place, man. That's all I gotta say. He looked like a sore thumb, man. I'm not saying he's not funny or nothing. I've seen some of his clips. Here's the deal. I go through a lot of TikToks, man. I'm guilty of that. I'm not gonna deny. I go down that rabbit hole myself. But so I see his clips here and there, and they're funny. And honestly, I never knew who he was. I just seen this guy a lot, and I was like, oh, okay. Just like any other comics that you see, they put their clips up, and they're funny, but it's nothing that, I was like, whatever. And then that George Lopez thing came out when he was with Trevino. I think, what's his name? The comedian from Texas. I forget his name. He's hilarious. He talks a lot about his wife, him and his wife. I guess him and George Lopez go way back, but George Lopez was talking about, he wasn't lying. He never denied it. He just like, fuck it, this is who I am. I didn't help people out. He's got skeletons in his closet, bro.
Yeah, people are starting to find out
that he's, like he said, when he said nobody helped me out, when people say nobody helped me out, I think it's bullshit, because there's always someone helps you out. You know what? If it's someone letting you live at their house while you fucking, don't pay rent for a month or so, that's helping you out, bro. Anybody, anybody that says I made it on my own, I say, you know what, you're full of shit. Because honestly, there's always someone, man. Someone's always made it possible for you to get by, loan you $20, gave you a ride, little things like that. You don't look at him as like, oh, that's a big deal. But you know what? That is a big fucking deal. So don't ever say you did it on your own, man. Just, be humble and say thank you, to everybody that helped me out, man. Just say that. George Lopez, I don't know you, motherfucker, but you know what? Don't be the fuck, bro. Somebody helped you out, dude. To say that nobody helped you out, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, you know what? We're really starting to get to know like who George Lopez is now. Because I think before we just would watch him on his shows, and and now we're watching him on his podcast. And when he does his podcast, it's like just what me and you are doing right now. Two dudes just having a
That's
conversation
it. Yeah,
about
dialogue. Yeah, we're just dialogue.
and the truth is starting to come out. And I think it started. This beef started. This introduction to George started when I guess Paul Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. Everybody started coming out, and creating controversy.
And now everybody's kind of like fuck George attitude, right?
Well, that's between them. I mean, I don't know George, bro. I never fuck with George. I like George. He's one of my comedic. When I was growing up, he's one of the ones that got me more interested in comedy. I love this comedy, his early stuff about wrestling on the streets and wrestling on those old mattresses. He was funny, bro. He was hilarious. He's always defended the raza. He's always defended the people. He's never backed down. I think sometimes he did it too much. He overdid it. Like a lot of us, we got too, we got too emotionally involved in politics, and we let that control our emotions. We let that, control our decisions, and I think that's wrong. That's one thing I got to say. I got to point that out. That just you end up giving one political party too much party based on emotional feed, like feeding off of the Trump and the immigrants. A lot of people fed off of that, and they just they just gave too much power to the other political party, bro.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but what do you think about some people are not in the?
Okay, just don't do it again, all right?
I'll try not to. Some people are saying that he doesn't support raza enough. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't know the guy. I guess that's from comedians that know him say that. They say that. But dude, sometimes I don't know what the people mean by that.
I mean, like, how much more do you want this guy to do? I mean,
like I said, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know the whole story. There's always two sides to the story.
Well,
right?
Let me draw two quick ones. First of all,
yeah, hit me up because
Yeah. Look, this is kind of like my viewpoint, and it's my opinion. If people say, "Hey, you know what, JR, está pendejo," whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. It's like everybody has an opinion. You have an opinion. There's no right or wrong. There's just people giving opinions, right?
We're trying to figure things. Yeah, we're trying to we're trying to give your side of where you come from.
So the whole George Lopez and Paul Rodriguez thing, to me, like, I like George Lopez. I like Paul Rodriguez. I don't need to pick sides. Their beef, their pedo is their pedo. Right. That's something that they're gonna have to fix among themselves, right? Yeah. So you know what, as a fan or somebody that appreciates comedy, I just stay out of it, right? The other thing, people say that he doesn't do enough for the community, right? What does he really have to do for the community and aspects that he can't speak about every single topic, man?
I don't think he has to do shit, bro.
Yeah,
I mean. What does he owe? Does he owe us? I mean, he's a comedian, bro. He does his show. People like to watch him. People vote with their dollar, bro. If you don't like him, don't fucking go see his shows.
That's what I say.
Now, honestly, he's being honest. He's coming out honestly saying, he's not denying. He's like, I didn't help nobody. It sounds like he's bitter about something. I know him and Paul had some beef before. Yeah, so that's between them. I don't know what really happened. So that we're getting involved in other people's we're getting involved in other people's pedos, and it's like that's their pedo. I don't know what the fuck happened or what that led with. All I can say is that George Lopez was being honest. He wasn't lying. He says, "Yeah, I'm a dick. I fucking didn't help people out because nobody helped me out." But like I said before, what do you mean nobody helped you out? Somebody helped you out, bro.
I could see that. Someone probably did help him out to one degree or another. But But
let me ask you something. See, it's like this. It's like, it's not that people are being dicks, but when you're a comedian, when you got fame, you got everybody hitting you up, dude. I mean, at what point do you say, "I'm gonna put aside my business to help you out"? Now, am I that way? No, I try to I'm the sometimes I'm like, you got to pick your battles, bro. That's why you have people do your work. You have when you have too much, when you're at that level of those guys, it's, they can't talk to everybody, bro. Because it's impossible. You'd be there all day, bro, all night. You know what I mean? Now, whether how you handle it, I've seen some comedians handle it very different. Some comedians handle it very humble. They'll take a picture with you and thank you, and that's it. And for us to be like, he's a dick, isn't that why? He's a dick. Don't go. He's a dick. What are you gonna do? But he's never, he's always been a dick. That's always the way he's been on comedy. That's his comedy. He's always been a dick, right? George Lopez was never known as a nice guy, right?
I guess not.
He was always a dick, dude. On his thing, he's always like that's just the way he was.
But I guess that's what makes him funny, right?
What made him funny. He hurt people's feelings, bro. That's what he did.
He puts out his dick of viewpoints and he throws that into comedy and because if you kind of think about it, that's kind of like, he goes, oh, my tia, he goes, are you gonna go to the wedding? He goes, why am I gonna go to the wedding? I already been to her first 3 weddings, right?
Right.
That's like, so it ties into the comedy, so that therefore it's funny. But when people see him, I guess, outside of comedy, they're like, nah, fuck that. We don't like that,
Yeah. What I see here is a trend with the Latinos, though. It's like, we complain a lot about Hollywood, and Hollywood's guilty of a lot of shit. Hollywood will make you feel guilty, which is trying to make you feel guilty for the way they've been representing fucking minorities all this time. You know what I mean? They're the ones making the movies. Every time you see a Mexican movie or you see them go to Mexico, what do they see? Like people with donkeys. Shit like that, you know what I mean? They always want to make Mexico look like really, like super poor, right? And it's like, whatever, it's not like that. But but Hollywood Hollywood's done that forever. Every Mexican that goes on there, I don't care who you are, you're a fucking gardener, and now they're trying to make us feel guilty for the way they've been fucking portraying us on TV all this time. You know what I mean? It's like Hollywood's full of shit too, bro. And then Latinos, we don't help each other out, Paul Rodriguez used to have a show. I used to have a saying about CBS. It was called Chicanos Be Serious, Like they would never really have. George Lopez was the one that opened up, I think. There was a show before that. It was called ¿Qué nos pasa? It was about Cuban immigrants. It's way I think the 70s and 80s. But I think, honestly, George Lopez was the first one to have a TV show. A Latino TV show,
No, it was a Freddie Prinze. And actually, calling you out, George Lopez.
Oh, Freddie Prinze. Oh, he had that. But who was he? Who was he?
He was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but who was he in the how was he portrayed?
Oh, wasn't he like the helper or something?
I forgot. Chico and the Man.
Yeah,
right?
Wasn't he like a mechanic helper or something like that? That was before my time, but
but it was funny. I guess it was funny. Yeah, it was before. I was little. I was young. I never saw that show. So you're right. Chico and the Man with Freddie Prinze. He had Chips with Eric Estrada, and then.
That's another one. Oh man, good thing for bringing it up. Did you ever know about the Eric Estrada and the George Lopez?
I heard his feud before. I've heard his bit on that. About him and Eric.
Well, tell the audience because I'm sure they haven't heard about it.
I'm sure they have. I don't know if they care.
All right.
But
well, let me tell them. Since you don't want to give up the chisme, I'll be more than happy, man.
Yeah, go off.
All right, grab your popcorn, grab a Coke because here comes the chisme. So, check this out. Like years ago, I think George Lopez was like around 7 or 10 years old. And according to him, he walked up to Eric Estrada.
That's a long time to hold a grudge.
And that's what Eric Estrada said. He said that he asked Eric Estrada for an autograph, and Eric said no. He blew him off, right? And then he held the grudge, and then he started talking all this mess.
Wait a minute. Because when the fuck? How old is George?
George is up there. He's like in his 60s now.
65, right?
Yeah.
He started doing comedy in the 80s, 70s, right?
I guess so.
All right. So he wasn't. Chips was filmed in 78, 77?
Yeah.
So there's no fucking way he was 7 years old.
I don't know. He was a young kid. He was like 12 or 13.
Maybe 16 or 17.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because 7 years old. Nah, there's no fucking way. Because it doesn't matter. Math doesn't add up.
Hey, well, I'm terrible at math.
That's all right.
When it comes to
and
adding,
you're Mexican too. You should be like really good at math.
Hey, if you don't,
we invented the number 0, right?
How so?
Yeah, because without 0, you'd only get up to 9.
Okay.
You would have no infinite information. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 9, and then you start again. 1, 0, 1, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
It's 9 numbers, ladies and gentlemen. There's 10 numbers, 0 through 9.
So then what ended up happening was, I think finally what came to the end was Eric Estrada bumped into George Lopez at a function, and then they were going back and forth, kind of like what's going on right now with Paul Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. He was crying on
and then Eric Estrada, according to Eric, said he pulled George aside, goes, "Hey man, let's go to the back, let's go over there, and let's take care of this man to man." And then
I seen that.
You seen that clip?
Yeah.
And then George Lopez goes, "Oh, I'm a comedian. I'm not a fighter." And
something like that. Yeah.
And that's what Eric says. Finally squashed the beef. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Eric says. But I mean, I'm sure after a while they probably like, how long can you hold a grudge for?
I just think it's stupid.
After a while, you're like, it ain't worth it, man.
I mean, like I think it's stupid. At the end of the day, what good is coming from this? Like, who's winning? Who's getting anything out of it? It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's true. It's just fucking stupid. But that's the thing with Latinos. Like I said, we don't help each other out. I mean, we pull each other down.
I could see that.
We're like, instead of like supporting each other, we should be, we should be, it's the thing is we're competitive, bro. I got to tell you this. Let's not be fake about the shit too either. Honestly, we all, I got that, I got that in me. It's like, we're competitive, bro. We're fucking competitive. It's just our nature. So when we see someone make it, we're like, damn, like we're kind of mad, but sometimes you gotta swallow your pride, man. Just be like, hey, well, good job, man. Glad you made it. Because the more, and here's the thing: the more Latino comics make it, the better it is for us. The more you gotta pave the way somehow, right?
Well, let's just talk about what happened last night. Like, we did a show together, and I went up there, and Fernando went up there, and some guy came up to you and he told you that you were the best one up there, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and then someone like myself would say, "Oh no, fuck that! Fernando wasn't the best guy up there. I was the best guy up there, right?"
Were you?
No, it was. I wasn't. Obviously, you were the best, but it's like,
wow. I went up there.
Look, we all.
we
all did okay.
Listen, it's better to be
better than.
It's good it's better to be humble than humbled. That's my saying.
I mean, obviously, you're a lot better at comedy than I am, but the point that I'm trying to make is like, it takes a very envious and silly mind to instead of being proud for Fernando, I'll say, fuck Fernando, I'm funnier. That's the kind of bullshit that we don't. No, I'm not.
Starting controversy already.
No, I'm trying to prove a point, man.
He's gonna beat me up with a mic right now,
dude. Comedy Wars.
Yeah, boss.
Hey, that could be a segment for a show. Comedy Wars.
That would be funny, huh? We could do that.
Comedy Wars.
Yeah, dude. Like real battles with the mics and shit.
Imagine instead of having like what the hip hop artists do, which is have like two comedians kind of just giving roast,
fucking fighting each other.
Yeah, roasting each other.
Like into the point where like, fuck you, man, just dropping the mics and throwing blows.
I think nowadays anything really qualifies as content now, man. There is no
I'm just gonna say, the sillier, the more viral it'll get. Like the more people don't want to hear good shit. I don't know if it's true or not, but people like controversy, man. Like, Eminem said, there ain't no controversy, without me. So that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what people like, man. When you want to have like a nice scripted or like platform with actual programming, people don't adapt to it. People want to see somebody, get up here and just badmouth everybody, and then people are just gonna click that follow, click that like. Yeah. That's what it's become.
So you say you like Barbosa, right? Like I said, this is good for Barbosa, though. People are like, oh, he was a dick to Barbosa, but maybe George doesn't know him. I didn't know who Barbosa was. George probably didn't even know who the fuck he was either. And he was just, he's just being himself, just being with, like, hey, who the fuck is that guy? Why'd you bring him up? Like, who is that guy? And honestly, I was like, who the fuck is him? I even had to look him up. Like, oh, I've seen this guy before. I know who he is. He's got that fucked up hair. And then I seen a reply from him. He said like, "Oh, hey, old man, times are changing," and that's a good response from Barbosa. He didn't, he let it slid. Like that's the way people are. But I don't see nothing wrong with the way he said it. I mean, if anybody, if Barbosa, what the fuck do I care? It doesn't insult me. If Barbosa wants an apology, it's up to Barbosa to call him and go, hey, But Barbosa was like, I don't give a fuck. And honestly, now I know who Barbosa is.
You know what? I think that this worked in Barbosa's favor 100%.
Oh, of course. Like I said, it worked. It totally worked in his favor, and this could have been planned. You could have, because whoever's representing him whoever his agent is representing goes, look, we're gonna do this little thing, we're gonna talk, and then we're gonna make it so it goes viral. So people are like, now the kid's selling out, man. He's selling out places wherever he goes. Now he's gonna sell out even more. So.
Yeah, he's performing in the Improv, I think, this month on the 23rd. Now, and I'm actually thinking about buying a ticket.
See, he's going. See that? He wouldn't have bought it before. Now he is.
I'm like, oh, wait. I looked him up, and I'm like, oh, he's going to be performing live. So it's working in his favor.
I mean, so how is that bad? That's actually a positive, turn a negative into a positive.
Let's go back to that.
So, like you say George Lopez doesn't support community. He just did, man. He just made Barbosa famous. Even more famous than he was before.
But
hey, Barbosa, you got to change that suit, Holmes. You got to give that shit. I mean, la quinceañera.
and then you gotta go get a decent haircut. You go to custom.
Come on, man. Those haircuts. They used to give out those for free, man. They're called the bowl cuts.
You know who
your mom used to give those to you.
You know who could cut his hair?
You know who used to wear those haircuts? White kids, like white kids that had that brought hot dogs for lunch. I mean, it was a free haircut, bro.
Look, homeboy should go.
Now those haircuts are like $40.
What, haircuts?
For that haircut.
You know what? Haircuts are too expensive, carnal.
They're fucking too expensive. I'm like, how much? That kid actually, I met a kid who had a haircut done like that. I was like, how much is that? He goes, oh, it's like $45. I'm like, motherfucker, those things used to be free when I was a kid, and nobody wanted one. I was like, no, mom, don't touch my hair.
Everybody's all getting you.
But everybody, every generation is different. They all, kids. Let them be kids. But Jesus Christ, just come on, that haircut and that suit, bro. Come on, Fallon. I don't know how you let him go on Tonight Show with that suit. That it had to be said, bro, and I said it.
And maybe it's a Texas thing, right? Because he's from Dallas, right?
Yeah, dude, but I was in Bakersfield, and those kids, they had that fucking, they look like aliens, dude.
How do people gravitate to that fucked up haircut, bro?
My kid's 14, and that fucking kid came home with that haircut.
Nah, what'd you do?
Well, what could I do? I mean, it's his, I told him, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, they like it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't rock that hairdo.
No, I know. Well, I told my son this. I go, son. He goes, well, I comb my hair back, and my teacher asked me if I was a gangbanger, and I was like, what? So I don't know. My son's, he's 14, bro. They're kids, they gotta.
That's some fucked up shit for your son's teacher to call him a gangbanger because he slicks his hair back. That's
but you know what? Hey, you know what? I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just words. What are you gonna do? I told him, don't trust it, I guess. What are you going to do? I asked him, are you? He says, no. I'm all, then there you go. That's all you need to know. People ask you something, so they ask you. So what? Just let them know. I go, no, I'm not. Why? Who wants to know? What the fuck?
Hey, check this out, man. That's another thing. We live in a culture now that everybody asks questions. Everybody feels that they're entitled to get those answers, man. Like, to me, it's like I'm getting to the stage in my life now when people ask me questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to answer questions, carnal.
You don't have to?
No, you don't have to answer.
Yeah,
it's like people ask you like stupid questions, and then sometimes they bait you for an answer, and then they kind of use it against you. Kind of like what happened to George. It's like, here he is saying that this is why he doesn't get involved in a whole bunch of topics, because people ask him questions, right?
Yeah.
And then he answers, and it comes to bite him in the ass. So therefore, sometimes it's easier for him to just not answer or just completely stay away from the topic.
Yeah, well, most of the times your agents or people that work with you, the managers will tell you don't get involved because you got your career. You got to think about your career too, man. A lot of these guys are making money, especially if they work for TV. They can't be controversial, man. They can't too much. I mean, you're so controlled by the media because, God forbid, you say something wrong and then people are going to turn against you. So you don't want to take sides. Because here you got to, it's about making money. It's people's jobs, people's lives. Like George, he's used to a style of living now, like making money. And if he says the wrong thing, you know what I mean, then you know how it is nowadays. You get canceled in a minute. One day you're here, the next day you're fucking gone. That's just Hollywood, dude. This is how Hollywood is. Dude. They're all about ratings, about how people, especially right now, everybody's fucking weird, bro. Like the crazies have come out. The circus is in town and it hasn't left. So,
I like that.
That's just the way it is, dude. So people, sometimes you gotta like remember, like a lot of people talk shit until they're in that situation. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this and that, and then once you're in that situation, it's like, oh shit, I better watch what I say, or I'm gonna get I'm not gonna work here no more.
Yeah, it's different perspectives, man.
Bro, it's like once your butthole's like gonna clinch up, like, oh, yeah.
Hey, look, man, like some people.
It's easy to talk, bro. It's easy. Like I said, talkers are not doers. You know what I mean?
It's like this, man. Some people might say, well, fuck you, George. You don't need the money, right?
Yeah, well, who the fuck are you to tell him he doesn't need the money?
Hey, maybe he wants a bigger house. Maybe he wants a flying car. I don't know. Fucking who cares?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you don't need the money, that's great. But, maybe he does need the money. Who knows? Taxes, bro. You got to pay taxes, especially in California.
How much money would it take for you to walk away? Like, let's say right now, if you make a certain amount, and then you say, fuck, I'm gone.
I don't know.
What's your dollar amount? You never thought about that?
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about it. If I won the lottery, if I made like, if I won $1 billion.
$1 billion?
Because you're going to get 600 anyways, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's enough. Like, what the fuck do you need to work for? Some people are like, I'm going to go back to work. I'm like, what the fuck for, dude? This is me. If I did that, I'd be like, I'm going to go back to work. You know what? There'd be one, I know, like, I'd go back to work, and then there'd be just like one day when I wake up, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hit that snooze button. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hit the snooze button again. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to work anymore. Like, what do I need to go to work for, dude? I already got money. You got money working for you. You know what I mean?
For me, it's 5, bro. I make
what?
5 million. I get 5 million in my pocket.
Where'd you come up with that number? What would you do with 5 million?
Bro, well, first of all, like for me, I wouldn't buy a house. No, fuck no.
Why not?
Because when you buy a property, then you're committed to live in that property.
You don't have to live there
unless you rent it out, right? And
but where are you gonna live?
I'd rather rent and then move around from place to place. Like, let's say, I make 5 million. Maybe I want to move to Vegas for a year. Maybe I want to move to San Diego. Maybe move to New York and stay. Right?
Well, why rent? Why not lease?
I don't know.
Lease is tax deductible.
You see, there you go, man. You start sharing. This is better. Let me say my story, Doug.
All right. Well, I'm making your story better, bro. You got to work smarter, not harder.
You're writing my interview.
Well, I just made your life better by giving you a little bit of knowledge.
No, but I guess the point that I'm trying to say is like less that you have to think about. It's kind of like what worked for me. I wouldn't have to buy expensive cars, clothing, todo. I really don't care about all that. In the reality, I think if I had like 5 million sitting in the bank, well, what I would do the rest of my life.
Why wouldn't you buy a house though?
No, it's just I wouldn't want to commit to anything, bro. Like I said, it's not for me. It's not my choice, right?
You don't have to live there.
As an investment property, then yes, it makes sense.
I had a friend of mine tell me one day, he goes, man, I ate a bag of dicks. I was like, you didn't have to eat the whole bag. You could have stopped at one, Like people force themselves to eat a bag of dicks. It's like, bro, you could have stopped at half a dick,
Hey, that's an idea right there, man. You can make that into a product and actually sell it in a
bag of dicks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they probably already make it. But like you say, I don't want to commit it to a house. But once you buy the house is yours. It's property. People invest money in the bank. You don't make no interest. You buy a piece of property, your property is going to go up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good investment to have.
Yeah, but it's not for me.
All right. Well, if it's not for you, okay. So you want to rent. You lease, you probably want better off leasing something.
Maybe.
Okay. So you do it. You have $5 million. That's all you need.
I think 5 and I walk away and then the rest of my life.
What would you do with your life? Like, what would you do with this $5 million?
Believe it or not, I'm a simple guy. I would do what I'm doing now. Tacos and workouts. And not actually, I would probably stop YouTubing and podcasting and I would literally wake up in the mornings, go to the gym for 4 or 5 hours, and then just like come out of the gym, eat like a couple, like some tacos, and then my life would just revolve around that.
You know, there's a gym in Mexico that actually has a taco lady inside the gym.
Hey, that's a great idea. You know what? Oh my goodness. You just gave me an idea for I should start a freaking gym
with a taco lady inside.
With the taco lady, and then I'll just call the gym tacos and
I would be at that fucking gym. I would, you know, the line for the taco lady would be. I would
get them from fucking Fernando, bro. You gave me. You see,
why? I saw it on a video. So it's not really my idea. It's like, I saw it on a video. There's actual gym in there. That's the kind of gym. I'm like, why don't they make those here in the United States, dude? Now I understand why all these Americans are moving to Mexico, dude. You got taco ladies inside the gym, dude. Fuck. Oh man, that's a dream come true.
Hey, do you like it when your taco lady is a little gordita lady, or do you like your taco lady?
No, I like it when my tacos are good. I don't give a fuck about. I like it when she's hot, dude.
You're like, well, what if she's hot but the tacos are no good?
Dude, I've never seen a hot taco lady.
No.
Once in my life, I saw one, and I was like, man, I want to eat that taco too, you know. But that was it, only once. Everywhere else, there's like just ladies, you know, with little chub.
Speaking of tacos, what's the best way to eat a taco?
I mean, the best way
from behind. From behind.
What? Oh, from behind. Oh. Well, what tacos are we talking about?
Exactly.
About her taco?
That's right. We're talking about the infamous pink taco.
Yeah. You want to sniff her butt while you eat her taco? You want your nose inside her butthole?
Hey man, what's the deal with that, man? That's a thing now, right?
What is?
Like people, you know, going down south and eating the chocolate brownie. What's the deal with that?
I don't know. I mean, that's like I don't know. I remember when I first started doing comedy, a lot of the open micers, that was it. Like especially out in, you know, LA and out there, like that was like eating ass was like, they call it being like edgy.
Yeah.
Like the jokes was either about eating ass or making fun of people with AIDS or cancer. You know, that was like edgy comedy. You know, like, oh wow, he's going into what is it? Uncharted territories.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I don't know. I mean, are you lacking? You know, Chris Rock had a thing about it. Are you lacking vitamins or what? What the fuck?
Oh, is that what he said? You're lacking vitamins?
Well, you know, when honestly, you know, I read it. You know, when children when they eat dirt, it means they're lacking minerals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, you know, iron or anything like that. So I'm guessing if anybody's eating ass, or they're lacking a good home cooked meal, you know, or something.
That's a fucked up way to get your vitamins, man.
Or they like to taste a Taco Bell, bro. Because that's what Taco Bell tastes like. It tastes like a butthole, bro.
No, you know what does taste like that? Papaya, bro.
I love papaya.
Oh, then you love eating.
They should call it papaya because it tastes like, you know, a black friend of mine a long time ago. This dude Mickey, he couldn't say the R that good, so he called me Fernando. He's an old head, man. He was an old dude. He was a pimp. But I gave him papaya one time. We used to scrap metal together. Right? I had a truck and he had all the routes where we can go pick up scrap. And we were in LA one time and I bought some papaya and I gave him some and he says, oh man, he spit it out. He goes, man, this tastes like fart. It's the funniest shit. It does, but it's supposed to be, a papaya is super good for your digestive system.
I hear it's loaded with vitamin B12 and all this other stuff.
Oh, it's great. Yesterday I had it. Actually, if you mix it with orange juice, if you put a blender, if you make a smoothie with papaya and oranges, it's really good for your digestive system. Super good.
Lately, I've been into like coconut for some reason. I don't know why.
I love coconuts. Dude, coconuts is like, dude, that's all you need, really. You can live off coconuts, bro.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's full of everything, dude. Coconut oil is the best.
No, not oil, like the actual coconut.
No, but when you eat the coconut, you're eating everything, dude.
Yeah.
Coconut meat's the best. You like the young coconut or the old coconut?
No, it was I think a young one, and they cracked it open, and then the dude put it in a bolsita, and I told him, hey, what are you gonna do with the water? He goes, I sell it, and I go, how much? And then he shot me a price, and I bought.
You know what? They used to give that shit for free. People are like, I heard you could have it. I used to get it for free from those fruit guys.
No, he sold it to me.
Yeah, well now they do, but they used to be the coconut water. You know what? Coconut water. That's what. You know what? All that. What is that shit that they give kids when they're like dehydrated? You buy that coconut. That's what it's a synthetic form of coconut water.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, pues me chingué the coconut water, dude. Damn, dog. I got full.
Did you?
Yeah, and I gotta like, you know how like when they say que te cae de peso, you get like a little lightheaded because you can take in too many vitamins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did, man, and then I felt like really solid. Like the next day I felt like really strong. I'm like, man, I should go get a
Coconut's the best, bro. If you want coconut, coconut's related to the almond.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a part of the family of the almond family.
Damn, dog.
That's coco. Yeah, dude. Coconut's super. The meat, dude, it's good. You need it. It's healthy. You can live off of that.
I didn't know that.
Remember, Tom Hanks lived off coconuts on the. If you don't believe me, watch the movie.
Oh, the Castaways?
Yeah, Castaway. That's all he ate was coconuts, dude. And look at him. He got skinny. He was lean. Look at all that weight he lost, dude.
Hey, remember in the movie when he went back to go visit his wife, and then his wife was married with his friend?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, if your wife was in that predicament, like, how would you feel?
Well, I'd be fucking devastated. I mean, yeah, it's understandable, when she thought I was dead. But I'd be mad at her, like, bitch, what the fuck, You couldn't wait another year or what?
Oh, you couldn't wait 12 years?
Nah, like, the whole movie is like, it was, it was tough, man. I mean, that was tough because she still loved him, dude. Like, she wanted to go with him, dude. But he was like, nah, don't.
Who was the friend? Was it Jay Moore?
I don't know who the guy was, but he was the no, I don't. Was it his friend or it was like her doctor or something like that. He was a doctor.
Something.
I've seen that dude before. He came out on that movie with those three bitches, the Sex in the City. He was like the boyfriend.
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Big?
I don't remember. Yeah, but that dude, I think he was the other guy. He was the husband. But it was cool with it. They were understanding, because in the movie. Here in Hollywood, bro, when movies come out, men have to be understanding of women's problems. This is the way it is. If you're not, you're a dickhead. You got to bend over backwards. Like Tom Hanks could have actually, in real life, probably would have been jealous. He goes like, no, I love you. We got to get back together, because me and you. And she still loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. It was fucked up for Tom Hanks to lose her, right?
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't it be fucked up for the other guy to lose her?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say, thanks for taking care of her, pal, but, we're going back because she loves me. And she had to choose, right? She wanted to go with him, dude, in the rain. Remember at the end? She wanted to go back with him. But he said, nah, stay. That's a movie, though. That's a fucking movie. In real life, I would have said, fuck it, but let's go. You know what I'm saying?
You caveman her, like you club her over the head and you drag her with you?
There's no need because she loved him. She still had, they still had deep feelings for each other. And I would have, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, I would have told the other guy, sorry things didn't work out with you guys. But, if I really loved her, maybe he didn't love her anymore, because he ended up hooking up with that other chick.
I don't know if they hooked up, but I remember.
Well, that was part of it. Was kind of like one of those movies that was based on I think it was based on faith, no, not faith, but on destiny, right? Because when he crashed, he had that one box, right, with the wings, and he kept it for one reason. Like nobody knows why he kept it, right? He just kept it.
Yeah.
For just something told him you got to keep this package. And when he got back, he took it with him. Which remember he lost the whole raft and everything, and I don't think he had anything left on there. I don't know how the fuck the package. Or he had delivered a package because after he left her, he went to that farm, right?
Yeah.
And that girl had her insignia, whatever, her
with
logo.
The wings.
Yeah. So he went over to return in a package.
Because it just goes to show that FedEx fucking take their job serious, bro.
The job's not done till the job's done. Bro.
That's right, Doug.
Yeah, they went all out. But so maybe I think the way I looked at that movie was it was a good movie, and then I thought it was based on destiny. That was maybe that was Tom's real destiny. To be with that woman, he wasn't meant to be with the other girl. That's what I think happened. Even though the other girl loved him, she said, "No, you got to stay with him." And you see, that's the problem. They should have a part 2, dude. Or what happened? I hate those movies when they just leave you.
It's like a happy ending, and
when they leave you hanging, you're like, "What the fuck?" Okay, what did he get together or what?
And they should have Castaway Part 2. 5 years later, they're married, and like, "Hey, vieja, paradme de estar chingando. I'm gonna go have some beer with my friends."
Yeah. Like, what? Shit didn't work out. The other girl gets divorced. They meet up and they. Get married.
Tom Hanks says, "You know what? I was living on the island for 5 years, and I'm tired. I'm just going to go to the whorehouse every weekend to try to make the most of my life. This is my second opportunity to live life the way I want to." Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Remember that time where they got back on the movie, and then they give him all this, they bring him all this feast, they bring him all this lobster and crab legs and shit, and he's looking at it like,
No, I don't remember that part.
you don't remember that part?
No.
Once they found him, right, when the boat caught him, and then FedEx found out, they made a big party to bring him back in the hotel. They had all this food in there, like a buffet, and he's looking at the food like that's all he ate on the island. You know, it was like
Just seafood and shit.
yeah, like it was.
Is it like fucking? Where's Big Fat Tony's Pizzeria?
Yeah, give me a fucking slice of pizza. You know, I haven't had a burger.
Give me some fucking pasta. Give me some burger and fries.
Yeah, some burger, do something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
True. You're missing. You know, he's got some fried chicken.
It's like kill a motherfucking bison. I know he's endangered species, but get that guy in a headlock and make me some burgers.
Hey, you like bison, then?
I've never
I
had
like
it.
buffalo. You know what? I got it once, but it was too.
No, I hear that's the best meat, man.
Well, whoever wants to sell it to you, yeah. But I tried it before. I don't know. It's an acquired taste, dude.
What is it?
Yeah, it tastes like sweat, dude.
Does it?
Yeah, it's like sweaty, like motherfuckers gotta wash the meat a little bit, you know. Take
Smells
the sweat
like
off.
it smells like sweaty nalgas.
No, like the buffaloes out there eating, sweaties. It's just, it's different. It's a different taste.
I guess you just have to really wash the meat or something.
Maybe you're just used to other shit, but yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, have you ever had crocodile meat?
No, I never had any of that shit.
No?
Bear meat or nothing like that. I used to work with a guy who used to hunt, and that guy would eat everything, dude. He'd eat bear, mountain lion, everything, dude.
And what? Let me guess. It tastes like chicken, right?
No, I don't think it does, but he said he would hunt everything. But he said you could eat anything, you could eat anything, really.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But I wouldn't. Fuck that. Some of those animals are, dude, nasty. Those animals live out in the wild. They eat dead animals all the time, dude. Especially bears, dude. Bears are fucking dicks, dude. And they eat rotten, they eat whatever, dude. They don't.
Yeah,
just like boars. Wild boars. They eat dead animals, dude. So do jackrabbits and that. You don't want to eat that shit, dude. Fuck that, dude. Why do you want to eat that kind of animal? I mean, if you're hungry, I guess if you're in a situation where you're like, oh man, but like to do it for fun, nah, fuck that, man. Ugh.
Oh man, you know what? I wanted some gator meat because I saw swamp people.
Oh yeah,
and it looked interesting.
Yeah,
but yeah, the gator's a really disgusting animal, man. But I just like looking at that.
Well, they're like fish, right? They're like, they live in water, so they taste like fishy, I guess, don't they?
Well, I think I heard that well, they hypothetically,
dude, they eat human beings. They eat whatever, dude. They don't give a fuck.
They say that a crocodile's mouth has like the most bacteria ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Was it an alligator or a Komodo dragon?
It's both, I guess. Fucking the Komodo dragons, man. I would never want to be close to one of those, man. They're crazy looking.
Dude, those fuckers will fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they'll poison you, dude. Have you seen those fucking things?
Yeah, they're crazy.
And the fuckers swim too, dude. Imagine being on an island when one of those motherfuckers shows up. Fuck that, dude. You ever think about that, dude?
Yeah, I would not want to be anywhere near a Komodo dragon. But check this out, dog. Let me ask you a question. Why are elephants so fat?
Why is what?
Why are elephants so fat?
They're not fat. They're just big animals. They're mass. They're all muscle.
I mean, they eat nothing but grass, but they're really fat, dog. Well, what's the deal with that?
They're not fat. They're big. Okay. They're structured that way.
Okay, there you go. Then I'm not fat. I'm just big.
No, you're fat. No, we're fat. We're fat. We're big, man. Listen, your bone structure is only made to. Our bone structure is only made to carry so much weight, dude. Anything over that, and your bones, the load starts.
Yeah, it's the maximum capacity. You're putting too much weight on the frame.
Yeah, you're putting too much stress on your stomach, on your organs. You're pushing organs. Honestly, people are like, well, you're fat. Why are you saying that? But it's true. What the fuck? I'm not going to lie. I'm fat. Yeah, I'm fat. But the truth is, it's not good for me to be this fat,
Have you seen my 600-pound life?
No, not really.
No.
Dude, I watched like a minute. I'm like, ah, fuck this. I ain't gonna watch this.
Oh man, I like watching it
Do you? Why?
because it reminds me. Look, man, believe it or not, I was like 300 pounds, right?
How much you weigh now?
I'm like 250.
Wow, that's really good. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
no, at one time I dropped to 220, and I almost hit my goal. But I recently gained. But I've been going back to the gym.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, when I was 300 pounds, right, I used to get to the Walmart or to the Target or whatever, and I used to get off my car, and I was like,
Breathe hard,
yeah. And then I was like, damn, I have to walk all the way into the store, and then my 600-pound life, those people would be like that, and I started getting like that at 300 pounds.
Wow.
And then I said, never again, man. So it's like it sucks. I could relate to the challenges that they have.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, your health fucking depreciates really bad when you're overweight. You know, because I mean, think about it. Your knees, you can't walk. You can't, you can't walk as good. You can't get up. It's hard for you to do tasks. It's just everyday things. Gets harder, because you got all that extra weight pushing down, and it's like being buried, dude. It's like if you fall in a hole and dirt falls on you, right? It starts to collapse. It starts to compress on your lungs, dude. You start losing your airways, dude. That's what weight is, dude. And it's not good. It's not healthy. I don't know why people promote it right now. Why, like, you're a bad guy if you say something about it. It's not healthy. You're like, it's like promoting drug use, bro. Like heroin. Like, yeah, do heroin. It's good. It's good for you. It's like, no, it's not.
Hey, well, you know what? And now that you brought that up, like to me, comedy is like crack, bro. Smoking crack.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Okay, so check this out. Like as I got my first biggest pop a couple of weeks ago, like where I made the whole club like laugh.
Yeah, laughter is it's addictive, huh?
So I never had got that. I made the whole club laugh, and it gave me such a like euphoric,
like a rush,
feeling.
So you're trying to get it back.
Yeah, and now I'm just chasing that. I'm like, I want to get that laugh again, and now I'm chasing that laugh, and because you get that high, right?
Yeah.
And that's what people say that is like using drugs. So that's my crack, trying to reach laughter. Yeah, trying to get that laughter from the crowd again.
Yeah, it's true. When you first start out, it becomes that. It is. It's like that's what you want to do. That's your job, is to make people laugh. It becomes a job.
Damn, dog, you yawn now. I'm yawning.
Yeah, it's addictive. No, you're getting better, man. I see you. I see you going up there. You're getting laughs. Like last night, you did really good.
Thank you.
I think you're coming to. But you've been working out though, right? You've been going up.
I've been going up. Yeah, when
practice, that makes a difference. So.
I go up by myself. I find the places. I go up.
See, comedy. Yeah. Hey, comedy is about. See, like here's going back to George Lopez. Is like nobody's gonna come pick you up and go, hey, let's go. It's like you got to get up on your own. It's like, here's the thing, bro. Like comedy is, you got to do it on your own. You got to get up. You got to go do it. It's like you got to make yourself go. And even if you don't know nobody, you got to do it on your own. You got to get up there and you got to work on your shit and you got to network. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of comedians out there. I don't fucking like, and they don't like you either. I mean, I know there's a lot. I've been to a lot of open mics when I was starting out. Well, there were some comics that were cool. There were some. You network with people and you start meeting people and you start clicking with it. You're not going to click with everybody. That's just how life is. But you start going to these places and sometimes you're not going to know anybody. And if you're in it long enough, you're going to know, you pretty much know people and people know you and you get up, but you have to motivate yourself. You have to get up there. And, when you ask people to help you out, it's like, dude, I'm trying to help myself out. You know what I mean? But it's about you. It's like anything. If you want to get ahead in life, man, you gotta. It's up to you to do it.
Well said.
Now, in that case, if somebody asks you for help, be like, yeah, what you got to do is the first thing people tell you. If people, are cool, they'll tell you to network. They're not gonna network for you, but they'll give you words of advice. They'll be like, hey, you got to network with people. Get their numbers. Find out where the next open mic is, And then sometimes after you come off your set, there's always somebody going to go, hey, you know what? I like your set. Like maybe you could say this, like I got this tagline for you, and you use it. You know what I mean? And that's as far as like I think that's as far as much help as you're gonna get, bro. And then the rest is up to you, because nobody's gonna go to your house and go, hey, come on, let's go. You gotta go do an open mic. Like, nah, I don't want to go. All right, fuck it, I'm leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the way it is, man. You know what? It's. I think like when I started hanging out with you and Tony, right? I was like, wow, like I'm hanging out with Fernando and Tony, and I would see you guys go up there, and then we hit a couple of spots, right? And now it's like, sad to say, but it's like you guys are doing your thing. You guys are performing, right? You're up here at this level. You guys are getting booked, right? And me, I have to go on my own and do my own thing, but there's no like jealousy. It's just,
but that's just the steps you got to take,
yeah,
man.
exactly. Those are the steps you got to take. And
it's like, don't take it personal, just take it.
No, not at all. But I'm saying,
no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it's kind of it goes to show it's like they're in a different level. Of
here's the thing,
and
dude.
I'm starting off.
Here's the thing. This is the way comedians like. If you're not motivated enough to get up there every night and work on your shit and do that, why should I be motivated for you? You know what I mean? You see somebody, when you see somebody working every day, like I'm getting up. Hey, I'm getting up. No, I'm going up here. You're like, all right, cool, man. That's good, man. That's good. You put in the work, man. So when when people like, if people aren't putting in work, why the fuck are you going to put in work for them?
Yeah, that's true, man.
If you see people putting in work for themselves, then you're going to be like, all right, yeah, I'll help you out, dude. Yeah, here, do this instead. You know what I mean? You're going to be more motivated to that because your words aren't going to be in vain, dude. Sometimes you fucking talk to people. You ever talk to people and they're like, like they don't want to do shit about it? Like, motherfucker, I just wasted my fucking time, like giving you advice or something, and you just blew me off. Like, you didn't give a fuck and you didn't do it. Like, why the fuck should I feel good about that? Like, nah, fuck this guy then. You know what I mean?
No, totally, man.
So listen, you can't be a deadbeat. They can't be like dead weight and expect people to be like, if you're a dead weight and you don't do shit for yourself, and you're complaining about people not helping you out, go fuck yourself.
Oh, and then check this one out. It's like people don't want to go to the open mics. They don't want to go to auditions.
They don't want to do anything.
They don't want to do shit.
They don't want to work.
And then they go on stage, they take the material and they say, no, nobody laughed at my jokes. I'm like, well, how much work did you put into your jokes, bro?
Exactly.
And like you went up there with no premise, no joke, no punch. Like you got up there and you just kind of riffed, but you had no relationships to your audience. And then you said, "Oh, they're stupid." It's the crowd's fault.
Yeah,
and it's like you didn't put any actual work into your comedy, and then you stand up there for 6 minutes and you expect to get praised.
If you're not humble, dude, you gotta be humble in this fucking trade, And don't ever say nobody helped you out. Don't ever say I did it on my own. Just say, I went out there on my own, but along the way, I crashed at the dude's house. This guy gave me a ride. He put me up on the spot. That's help, dude. I don't care how you look at it, but that's help, dude. There's always, never say nobody helped you out too either. That's a big ego, It's a big ego to have, to say you did it on your own. There's always someone helping you out. Always, sure. Me, I'm always grateful to a lot of dudes on here, that help me out and give me advice. Just give me advice, dude. You know what I mean? Just the advice, just a cool little word or something like, "Hey, good job, man," or funny shit like that. When people tell you that shit, you take that and you keep going. You keep going with it, dude, and you feel good about it. But like I said, if you're one of those guys that doesn't put work in, is just doesn't want to do shit about it, it's like, dude, I'm not gonna waste my time.
I hear that. Right? I hear that.
And I'm not being a dick. That's just I mean, that should be motivation enough for you to go, you know what? I gotta get my shit together. I gotta put some work in. That's just the way it is, dude. Like, if you're on a team and the guy never comes to practice, are you gonna have a respect for him?
No, you're probably not going to include him in the process because he might fuck it up.
Yeah, but, if a guy never comes to practice and he comes in, how come you never put me in, coach? Motherfucker, you never come to practice. You're never here. Let's get off of that bullshit. Let's just, stop lying to ourselves. Next, what's the next question?
Oh, whatever you want. It's your show, bro.
Oh, it's my show. I like it. It's more like it's your show, dude.
Just like me to take it over.
This is your format, dude. Yeah, dude.
No, but this one's Fernando's comedy.
This is me just fucking. This is me just fucking spewing hate right now. Just
No, I guess
telling people how I feel. Just talking about my feelings. This is me pouring my heart out.
I guess we could cut it there, and then we'll save some for next week, and then we'll have a different topic and whatnot, because we actually gotta go pick up some of them wings, right?
Yeah, because it's Super Bowl Sunday, man.
Super Bowl Sunday.
You know, JR is not into sports. You know, he thinks it's a waste of time.
It is.
All right, for him. But that's his thing. Me, I'm fucking gonna go get some wings and watch the game.
You know what I'm gonna be doing while you guys are stuffing your face? I'm gonna be in the gym.
Awesome, man. That's
what
great,
I'm gonna be doing, bro.
Well, that's good, man. Good for you, bro. I like that. Hey, that's good. More, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you could do that. Not me. I'm gonna be at home relaxing. It's Sunday. You know what? The body needs to relax. You need to chill. Clear your head. Anyways, I got. See, all my predictions have been wrong, but I got the Eagles on this one. So you don't even know who it is, right?
It's Eagles in Kansas City, right?
Yeah. What's your take?
I don't.
If you had to make a bet, who would you bet on?
I would say Eagles just for the F of it, but I don't give two rats ass who wins. It's not gonna change my life one bit.
Yeah, he's not gonna change his life at all.
It's not gonna make it better or worse with the outcome of that game. So
yeah. Hey, by the way, don't forget. I still have my comedy shows. Me and Benny Mena, we're doing our shows at next Friday, February 17th at Príncipe Nightclub in San Pedro. Hit me up on my Instagram. The link is in my bio for tickets. It's a fucking great show. Nothing but headliners. Come on, have a great time. Hey, thanks JR thanks JR for having the show, man. For producing it and making it happen. Thank you. This is our first time doing this format, so this is pretty cool. But thanks for putting it together, bro. Appreciate it. And we got to get you hooked up on some lights, man.
Sure.
Are you down or what?
Sure, why not?
All right, fuck it. We're going to do it. My cousin's going to do it for a kawama and some shrimp. Right?
That's right, bro.
Fuck yeah. That's the way Mexicans do it. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks so much. Till the next time.